All right, we are here. Bombshell Dynasty team call, old school style. I hope you didn't mind the jams other than the little brief unedited version of Billionaire that happened. Made me blush, but I made it up with two very pleasant Christmas songs and a Michael Jackson classic, so you know. Well, I'm really excited to have you guys on because this is a pretty exciting time of year for me personally. It happens to be my birthday time and Christmas, two of my favorite holidays of the year. I've always had a special place in my heart for the winter, the Christmas time, I guess the winter because I live in Florida, and Christmas time because it was the only time of year that my family did like any kind of celebrating that I participated in. So I think I've always had this little soft spot for being a Christmas baby. And I play Christmas music in absurd times of year, even like June. But I am most excited because there's a really amazing thing that happens in this business right after the holidays. Perfect timing after you have indulged both with food and also monetarily spending money on Christmas presents. And so you guys are very lucky that you're in a business that tends to monetize off of what's called resolutions, New Year's resolutions. And I want to talk about how you can capitalize on that because you definitely can. There's a huge difference between those who go all out in December and those who sit back and enjoy the holidays a little too much with everybody else. So I want to point out some key things that you guys could be doing the remainder of this year to really bring it home in the month of January and so on. It goes like really 3 or 4 months of just amazing growth potential before you hit any kind of lull. And then at that point, you're almost to summit and there's another big bump. So we have a really cool time of year coming up. So I want to make sure that you know everything you could possibly know to make the most of it. So let's get going. All right, this is what's called the resolution effect. And I will show you at the end of the call what the last 3, or I guess my first 3 years in the business were like. So I'm going to show you exact income, everything, to show you an idea of the growth potential and where I started when I was where a lot of you guys are, which was maybe I was 6 months into the business, you know, making a couple $100s a week, busting my tail, not really getting paid what I felt I probably deserved. And I want to be able to show you guys the potential of this, not to brag or throw huge numbers out there, but to show you that the hard work does pay off. And it's an amazing opportunity that can really change not only your life, but the people that God's blessed and brought into your life. So here's a couple things we're going to be covering. Insanity Max 30. Obviously just came out last week. I don't know how many of you guys purchased it, are going to be doing it. I'm really scared because I'm just not a big cardio person. Shanti scares me. Wow, that's a lot of you. Awesome. So definitely something to talk about during the holiday season. It's a new program. Nobody owns it except for you guys. And there's awesome opportunities with that. Looking for help. So how you can be talking to your network and asking them, you're coming into your busiest season of year. It's sort of like a help wanted type thing. Like you're gonna need help running challenge groups. So you're looking for a few people to help you with that. How you personally need to be representing the brands that you represent, being a product of the product during the holiday season, and then how you should be building a list now and how you can go about that. So let's move forward. All right. So I went and did a little research, and these just happen to be the top 10 resolutions that are out there that people make every single year. And I'm going to read through these, and you tell me if you think that Beachbody could help with any of these resolutions. So number 1, well, the obvious. Everybody wants to get in shape. Everybody wants to exercise in the new year. That's an obvious. 2, get organized. 3, help others. 4, learn something new. 5, get out of debt. 6, more family time. Quit smoking. Number 7. 8, lose weight. 9, quit drinking. And 10, and most importantly, enjoy life more. Gosh, when I look at that list, you know, besides quit smoking, I think that pretty much all of those we can help with in some aspect or another. So you really have to look at this and think, my gosh, I not only am blessed because I'm already in as a coach, I can focus on these things and change these areas of my life, but you have the potential to give those solutions to other people. And so when I think about coaching, I don't think of it in a way that I'm selling someone on something. I think of the fact that there are hundreds of thousands of Americans out there making these resolutions that you see right here that are looking for solutions. So all you are doing is gifting solutions to people, and you have the solutions. So it would be wrong of you not to share those with other people. If you think about it, and I talk to my new coaches a lot of times on our one-on-one call because they get really nervous to talk about the challenge groups, or they want to post their photos, but they don't want to come across salesy and all that kind of stuff. And I understand that because I felt the exact same way. But what I want to kind of express to you guys is like, if you know there's a great movie out, what do? You talk about it, right? If you visit an amazing restaurant, what's the first thing you do? Is you go tell other people about it. Like, you have to go here. If you find a great hair product and someone is asking online, hey, I'm looking for a great hair product to help volumize my hair. If you know the answer, you're going to tell them. I think about Beachbody the exact same way. I'm not looking to just go and sell people stuff they don't need. I'm looking for people who are looking for what I have to offer so that I can help them, so I can give them the solution so that they can feel the same sense of excitement and relief that they finally get those problems solved in their lives the way that I did when they initially changed mine. So I think we need to shift our focus away from, okay, what's the best script that I can sell, to my challenge group, or to sell Shakeology, or to sell the coaching opportunity. And it's really not about selling. And I think that, I know people are like, I could never do well in this business because I'm not a good salesperson. Honestly, I'm a great salesperson because I hate being sold. And I refuse to do the tacky, obnoxious things that people do to try and sell me on stuff to my friends and my family. And I don't consider just my friends the people that I know personally one-on-one. I consider all of you guys friends. I consider every person that starts to follow me on Facebook a friend, somebody that I care about and I generally want the best for. And so I would never recommend snake oil. I would never recommend things that don't work. And that's in Beachbody and outside of Beachbody. I don't recommend, Beachbody's initial protein shake before Shakeology that has unnatural ingredients in it. I don't, because I don't believe in it. It's not stuff that I use. It's the same reason why I don't necessarily promote cardio-based programs all the time in public, because I don't use them. And so it's hard for me to promote something I don't have passion for. So you need to remember that you don't need to be this Beachbody advocate. Your job is not to be Lindsay Matway, Beachbody coach. It's to be Lindsay Matway, who happens to have a passion for some of the Beachbody programs that really help change her life and shape her, and the coaching opportunity that's continued to bless her life, and it allows her to help others to do the same. So keep that mindset as you go into the new year, that you're not strategizing to sell people stuff. You're strategizing to reach as many people that need the solution that you have. Okay, now we have that covered, let's move on. All right, so you can take a screenshot of this, or I'm gonna post it in all the groups that I posted this link. It is just a mock-up calendar of what I would possibly do this month for the rest of the month. And I put today as my start 21-day fix, because you have a little over 21 days left, 23 to be exact, in the year. You could literally finish a program from start to finish in this year, okay? Completely finished. You could say, I graduated a program. For all of you guys who said it was your first call, I'm hoping that you probably just signed up, and you may or may not have already graduated a program, and you may or may not have results. Regardless, you have the chance to really have an amazing transformation these last 3 weeks of the year. I am a testament right now to the fact that when you really decide, like you commit to yourself, that you are going to change your life, that you are going to commit to this program, you're going to commit to the nutrition 100%, that you can completely transform your body in a month. I mean, a month ago, right after our retreat, I guess it's probably been, yeah, like actually exactly a month, that I said, you know what? I am going to get in the best shape of my life before 30, because I turned 30 in 12 days. And I committed to that goal. I definitely indulged at our retreat, and I came home and I committed, and I followed everything pretty much to a T, with enjoying Thanksgiving twice. But with doing that, with committing, I ended up having better results than I've ever had in my entire Beachbody journey. So you guys have the opportunity to do that exact thing. If you are looking to screenshot, if you're on an Apple, it's Command-Shift-4, and you just drag it over. I don't know about if you're not on Apple, because I don't remember. Anyway, so if that was you, let's say you have not worked out today and you still have to work out, and you're gonna get off this call, and I don't care if it's 10:30 at night, you're gonna do it. You are gonna start your day one of your program. And it doesn't have to be 21 Day Fix, it could be Body Beast or whatever. And then you're gonna make a post about the fact that you're starting today, that you are drawing a line in the sand, that you are going to, even through the holidays, get in the best shape of your life, or get back in the best shape of your life in the next month. And then what you're going to do is, throughout the rest of the week, you're going to promote tomorrow. You're going to promote a picture that inspires you, that inspired you to start your journey. And you're going to talk about the fact that that is your muse, that is your inspiration for getting going. The next day, you're going to post about that you are building up for a challenge group. If someone is maybe not ready to start right now, but wants to start come the new year, that there's a huge and high demand to be in your challenge group at the start of the year. So you're going to take a first come, first serve waiting list for people that are interested in your challenge, that they just need to post the email below. And basically what that's going to do is start to build your list of people who could be interested in your challenge group come January. And when you just have them post the email, it kind of is like this less intimidating version of actually committing to something. So it's like planting a little seed. You have an email address, you have somebody to follow up with, you know in that moment they were interested, they know they don't have to commit right this second, and you're gonna get a lot more people that are probably gonna leave the email addresses than would actually buy a challenge pack right this second. Let's say every Thursday for the rest of this year, you are going to post a Throwback Thursday post that's gonna give people sort of a background on who you are and who you used to be. Like, I like to, I consider it like breadcrumbing my story. Obviously, if any of us were to get on here and try to tell our entire story, we'd be here for 25 minutes. We realized that at our bombshell retreat, because we had these lives full of challenges and overcomings and things that we're passionate about and things that shaped us. So rather than trying to tell that story all in one hit, what you want to do is just breadcrumb pieces, little aha moments. And so if you guys take 4 parts of your story, maybe 4 things, 4 moments in your life that helped shape you to be who you are today, making this decision to become a coach and share your life with other people very openly and vulnerably, to be able to be in the position to possibly change their life for the better, they need to see what that is. And so what I want you to do is every Thursday, a Throwback Thursday, a picture with a 3 or 4 paragraph story that you're going to tell about yourself. Nothing to sell anybody, just you sharing who you are, real and authentically. And it's going to be scary, just so you know. If it's not scary, then you're not sharing enough. You want it to scare the crap out of you, because that's what people connect to. People don't connect to perfection. They connect to realness. They connect to people telling their truth. Let's see. I have on here, on Fridays, be sharing a tip for surviving holiday parties for the next 2 weeks. And then 3 weeks from now, you're going to be talking about tips for restarting in the new year, some planning tips for them, what they should be doing to prepare to get back in the mode of being in that healthy lifestyle. Let's see. On Tuesdays, you're going to share transformations of your fellow teammates. This is going to show that it's not just you who gets transformations, it's all kinds of people from different walks of life. So you can share somebody who is, needs to lose 50 pounds and is still on their weight loss journey. Maybe they've lost 20 so far, but they've got 30 to go, to show people that you don't have to be this girl that needs to lose 5 or 10 pounds, or maybe even just a skinny fat girl. You can be a person that needs to lose 50 plus pounds. Or you could show a guy to show a husband and wife combo that they did it together. Whatever you can do to connect with different groups of kind of people is going to be great for you to show people this is possible for anyone. Let's see. On Mondays, you're going to be posting your transformation picture every single week. And I know that's scarier than heck because you might not be at your goal. But what I want you to understand is that when you're not at your goal, it's actually more relatable than when you are. People resonate with struggles. They want to see you change right before their eyes. It's the reason why I think sharing the coaching stuff, like as you start to progress in this business, it's so important for you to share your journey openly with people because they want to see you moving forward. If I share my journey now, people think, well, yeah, lucky that girl. But had they been there 4 years ago when we were scraping by using food stamp card to be able to pay for our groceries, they would believe my story that much more deeply. And they would see the transformation right before their eyes. It's so much more believable. It's so much more connectable. It makes it feel real to them because they saw it happening. So before and after pictures for 3 weeks until on December 29th, you post your graduation picture and you talk about the fact that you are recommitting with your challengers on January 5th. It's going to be your first challenge group of the year. That is going to be the final day for people to get in, order their challenge pack that day. Otherwise, they're going to have to go to your next group. And if you have enough interest, what I would suggest doing is starting your second group on I think it's the 19th. Yes. So January 19th would be your second group. The preseason would start on the 12th. So they would have basically another 12 days to get their order in, or 13 days to get their order in if they miss the deadline of December 29th, which some may, because some people will be traveling still with their families. They're not going to necessarily be in the mode. But if you have that email list that we started this Wednesday, you're going to have people to already follow up with and determine, okay, are you in, are you out? Let's get you in for the first group. Or if it works better for them to be in the second, you push them onto the second. And now you've got Success Club points in December, locking you in for at least Success Club 5. And then you've got Success Club points in January, locking you in for that month as well. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Let's see, anything else I need to share on here? Oh, I just kind of puts on the first Saturday and Sunday, just some examples. I mean, you guys can post about whatever you're most passionate about. I'm telling you to post at least 3 times a day just because you want to share different aspects of your life. And one thing I like to keep in mind is when I go to my Facebook page, what do I know about myself within the 3 to 5 last posts? If I knew nothing at all, what would I know by looking at those last 3 to 5 posts? Do I know that my faith is important to me? Do I know that my family is important to me? Do I know that I like to work out or am in shape or in part of Beachbody? Do I know that I'm a business owner? Do I feel like I'm relatable or do I feel sort of pulled away from everybody else? And you need to check yourself every once in a while to make sure that people would know enough about you to determine, do I like this person or do I not like this person? And it's okay if it's, I don't like this person. And that's one thing that's been hard for me, especially in the beginning, was people weren't going to like me. Not everybody was going to like me. And the more real and honest I became, the less some people liked me. But that's okay because I'm not looking to work with everyone. I'm looking to work with people who really resonate and relate to me because those are the people I can most help. So you've got to do the exact same thing. And for those of you who didn't get the screenshot of that calendar, I will be posting it, so don't worry. All right, so I took this screenshot the other night of me, Miguel Carrasco, and Melanie Mitro. These are top coaches, okay? And one thing that we all had in common is we were all openly sharing our physical journeys right now. We were showing that it might be holiday season, but we are in it. Like, we are focused. Because what's happening right now is that, okay, I want you guys to think for a second. Stop and think about retailers, okay? Because retailers are now in their busiest season of year. They're making the bulk of their sales happen from November and December, like 70%. So they know in October, they've got to be marketing to people so that they think of them come November, December. It's like presidential elections. The reason why they just shove stuff down your throat for so long coming up to November is because they need you to think about them before the election happens so that you'll go vote for them. You guys have to be in the same mindset as these people. You guys are marketers. You're online marketers. And so if you want people to think about you come the time that they're ready to get back in shape, which is January, then you have got to be marketing now. And you don't want to market in an obnoxious way. Actually, subliminal marketing is the best kind of marketing there is. You can come up with this great sales pitch, but sometimes people can still tell it's a pitch. By me getting in the best shape of my life, actively working on myself and just sharing tips and things along the way, when people are ready to commit a couple weeks from now, they're going to think about me because I've stuck with it. They're going to think about Miguel. They're going to think about Melanie. Are they going to think about you? Because they're already going to have it in their mind what they're going to do. They could go get a gym membership for the 8th month or 8th year in a row and that they never commit to. They could go to CrossFit. They could go to Jenny Craig. They could go, I mean, there's so many options. And if you watch TV right now, the other fitness avenues are already promoting. They know it's their time, their go time, and they know that people will start to think about what they're going to do right now. So you need to think the exact same way those people think. You might have success in January even if you don't do anything right now. Just like there should be retailers out there that will probably still make sales even if they didn't plant seeds in October and early November. But it won't be near as much as it could be if you start now, if you procrastinate. So get in on it. So that kind of leads me into the planting seeds thing. If you want to reap a harvest, you must first plant seeds. A really important quote here is, don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds you plant. This business is a time-sensitive business, okay? I was in it in, July 2010 is when I started, and I was working 80 to 100 hours a week with maybe a $100 paycheck. And not many people would do that. And I was a bartender before this, so I could have easily gone and worked a bartending shift, made $250 and called it a day. But something in me had shifted. I felt like I am the brokest I've ever been. I've never been this poor in my entire life, but yet I'm the happiest I have ever been because I'm helping other people. I'm making a difference, whether it's small or large. And I feel like I'm living my purpose in my life. I'm supposed to be in this moment. And that's what kept driving me to say, you got to keep going. There was like a whisper, you've got to keep going. Just keep pushing forward. Someday, some way, there's going to be something great that's going to happen from this. And it did, okay? And then I guess that's easy for me to say now, but in that moment, it was not easy. It was not easy to stay the course because I wanted to look at the harvest and say, this isn't fair. I should be making more money than this. I should have more success than this. Why isn't my team getting it? But you've got to listen and think deeply on why you are here and what purpose does it have in your life? What talents and gifts were you given that this is using? And stay the course, because dreams aren't easy. Staying average, that's the easiest route, I guess. Staying average, working a 9-to-5, having a guaranteed commission. And, I could have stayed a bartender. Probably I could still be a bartender right now. A lot of my friends that used to be working with me, they still are, and they make the exact same paycheck and they do the exact same grind, but hey, they know what to expect. Or they can try this out, which costs us very little to be a part of this, and have the potential to not only make great income and be present with my family, but to be a part of you guys' lives and to have so many amazing, inspiring friends that support my dreams rather than tear them down. Because if you're in the bar business or the hospitality business, you have to fight for shifts. You have to, walk over people to get to the top. And here it's like complete opposite, which blows my mind still, that we have to lift each other up in order to succeed. Like, that's so awesome that I get to lift other people up to succeed. And that's how I succeed in this business. So just dig deep and understand that if you are doing the daily things you're supposed to be doing, if you're planting the seeds and not focused so much on the results, so working on the action, not worried about the result, you're going to have an amazing harvest. Don't be upset though by the results you didn't get, by the work you didn't do. Okay. I want you to think like an outsider. So, meaning us Beachbody people, we kind of have our own lingo. So we talk in like weird terms like Shakeology and challenge groups and 21-day fix or T25. And some people know what that is. And some people have no freaking clue what you're talking about. Some people think a challenge group is, I don't know, something that you meet up in person and do Biggest Loser style weigh-ins. They don't know that they could do it even though you work from Florida and they live in Japan, for those of my Japan people in here. They don't realize that. So you have to explain the difference so that people understand that this is not a challenge group. It's an at-home workout program that you're going to be doing with an online accountability group with a group of women that are going to support you and hold you accountable and go on this journey with you. And that you get all these kinds of things. Explain exactly what they get with this group. Don't just talk about it in the verbiage of it's a challenge group. Here's an example, 21-day fix. Okay, some people have seen the infomercial and some people haven't. But I guarantee there's probably more people that haven't. So here's one thing that you might want to post. If I could provide you with a 21-day workout program that includes a simple nutrition plan that helps you with portion control and knowing exactly what to eat, and you could lose 10 pounds in 21 days, would you be interested? That's a potential post to gain interest about 21-day fix that explains what Shakeology is, or what Shakeology, I'm seeing your post, what 21-day fix is without saying 21-day fix. Shakeology, I loved this post from Bonnie, and I know we all love Bonnie, but she is so creative with the way that she does things. She shows her personality and plants the seed about Shakeology. It says Shakeology, when you need something more than coffee, but less than crack, that acts like a salad, but tastes like cake, lifesaver, game changer, and healthy too, addicted. Bam. That is Shakeology, you know? And that's such a funny way to talk about it. And it's not necessarily, here's my link, go buy my Shakeology from me. It is planting the seed that this is a part of my life. And I love it so much. It tastes like cake. It fills my body up like salad. I mean, that's like such a perfect analogy without being like, Shakeology is 70 different ingredients of amino acids and phytonutrients that your body needs. Yeah, no, that doesn't sell anybody. Nobody cares about that stuff, and you don't know what you're talking about anyway. So just stick to being funny and sharing how it's changed your life, what it's done for you. Revamp and plan. Okay. Creating a vision board for 2015 and setting SMART goals. I'm going to go over this in a second because vision boards are absolutely huge for me. Okay. They have changed my life, and setting SMART goals or learning how to set SMART goals is beyond important. It took me from being a quitter my entire life to being someone who sets a goal and everyone knows I will achieve it because I know how to break down a goal and I know how to figure out how to achieve it. And I think that's so important. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Revamp your challenge groups and plan out when you're going to promote them. So we already have the guide I just gave you. You might want to go straight off of that. You might want to tweak things to work best for you. Know when you're going to promote them, know when you're going to close off purchasing, and know when you're going to start your January groups. All of this should be planned out ahead of time because if it's not, you're planning to fail. If you're going by whim, then this is a hobby for you. And I promise you it's going to pay like a hobby. But if you want to treat this like a business, a legitimate business, a business that can make you a millionaire, believe it or not, then you got to treat it like a business. And you got to get responsible with it and plan things out so that not only you can succeed, but so that your challengers and your coaches and your team can succeed. So what I've been doing for the last few weeks is I know that when I continue to do the same challenge group for month on month on month on month on month, the assignments are still good, but I'm disengaged because I know the assignments by heart and I've read other people's answers for the last 3-4 months. And personally, I just get bored. And so I know that when I am removed emotionally from that challenge, that the challengers suffer from that. So I have to revamp things. I have to continually redo my challenge. And you can do that by asking past challengers doing like a Survey Monkey. SurveyMonkey.com is a site that I use to do surveys. You can use the free version and have up to 25 people do the survey and get the advice from that. So what I do is ask a couple simple questions and get their feedback. Like you can do a scale of 1 to 5, or ask them where they need more information. Is it that they need more help with meal planning? Is it that they really needed you to check in with them more one-on-one? Was it that they like the funny challenges? Whatever it could be to like help you gauge where you can improve things. You want to use those kind of tools to do that. So I just revamped my first 2 weeks of my future challenges to include the best of assignments, some of the things that I really liked. And then I even went into old books like 30-Day Push from Chalene Johnson and my Tuscarino Clean Eating book to find out different things on nutrition that I forgot that I know, and put some stuff in there, knowing the answers that I got back from that survey, and trying to make things fresh again, because I know not only will it be better for my challengers, but I'm gonna be re-engaged in the challenge group and we're all gonna be better for it. And now I know we do have a couple of weeks that I'm gonna have a little bit less stress than I would normally. And so I'm taking that time to revamp those things. So take that on. Take note of where you need to improve. Where did you maybe fall short in 2014 that you need to improve as a leader? You know, do you need to be more specific about who you're looking for as a coach rather than taking on everyone? Do you need to be a bit more bold? Like, do you have to actually go out there and put yourself out there and ask rather than just waiting for people to come to you? Wherever you feel that you have sort of dropped the ball a little bit, you need to write that down and figure out ways that you're going to focus on improving that in 2015. Because if we want this to be this monumental year, 2015, I mean, that's crazy. 2015 can be your year, but you have got to change, and you will not be any more successful staying exactly the way you are today. So we've got to get you in the mindset of change is amazing, change is good. It's so scary, but everything that you first started was scary. Some of you guys have been in for a little longer. Maybe challenge group inviting is easy now, but coach inviting is scarier than heck. Or maybe it's that you are fine with inviting for discount coaches, but you're really scared to ask that dream person to be a coach on your team because you think they're going to judge you. Whatever it might be, whatever stage you're at, realize that you have already overcome so many fears to get where you are. But this is just one more loop to jump through. And as soon as you face that fear, it's just so not as scary as you build it up in your mind to be. All right, so here's an example dream board, vision board for 2015. This is like a typical vision board that I normally get back from people when I ask, what are your visions for the coming year? So, one that I get all the time, get back in shape. And that's an obvious, we all want to do that, or get in the best shape of my life, one of those two. Number 2, do more personal development. Number 3, grow my team. Number 4, debt-free, right? Everybody wants to be debt-free. Number 5 might look something like a 2-star diamond or 5-star diamond. I get crazy ones that say like 10-star diamond and they're not even emerald. So what I want to show you in the next one is what a vision board looks like. This is like a dream board. This is, these dreams are whimsical. They're up in the air somewhere, but they're not defined. They don't have any like gusto to them. You don't know how exactly you're going to achieve them. You don't know what exactly it looks like. It's just sort of a dream. Okay, next page. Vision board 2015. Okay, so this is just totally made up, but I'm going to show you, the person who just made the last board, what this would look like to them. Instead of get back in shape, what does that mean? Like specifically, how do you measure getting back in shape? What does that look like? When I look at this past vision board, when am I ever going to be able to check it off? Because back a month ago when I started my transformation, many people would have considered me in good shape, like I was in shape. But to me, I wasn't as in shape as I wanted to be. So where do you really draw the line? I can tell you from experience, there's never going to be a point where you're going to be like, I'm good, I'm fine, I'm just gonna stay right here, nothing's ever gonna change. There's always gonna be things that you wanna change or tweak or make better. That's just life, that's just how it is. So you've gotta be defined in that moment of what that looks like to you. So in that moment, for this person, they want to fit into their size 4 jeans from college by their 30th birthday, which might be, let's say, June. And they know how to gauge that now, because they can say, when I fit comfortably in my size 4 jeans by my 30th birthday, so 6 months from now, let's say they're a size 8 now. They've got to lose 4 sizes by their birthday, 6 months from there. Now they can take that goal and break it down. And so they can say, all right, I want to get into those size 4 jeans. I need to be a 27-inch waist right now. I'm a 32, so I need to lose this amount in my waist. You know, so all kinds of measurements can be taken to be able to break down that goal, to be able to achieve it. And they will be able to, when they slide into those jeans, X off that goal on their vision board and say that they achieved it. The next one, debt-free. So what does that mean? Does that mean that you're paying off credit card debt? Does that mean you're paying off all your student loans? Does that mean you're paying off your house? You know, you need to understand what that means to you and how much that is and when you're gonna do it by. So for this person, debt-free meant paying off all their credit cards. And that totaled at that point $15,421 by December 31st, 2012, or 2015. I've been in 2012 mode today. I don't know why. So if that was the case, then we'll take 15,421, divide it by 12 months. They need to pay about $1,285 per month to get to that goal. If they divide that by 4.2 weeks, that would be about $305 on average a week that they would be paying towards that goal of becoming debt-free. Or maybe they want to stagger it and they want to pay, 25% the first quarter or the first half of the year, and then 75% when they're making more money with Beachbody the second half of the year. So then they can do it that way and break it down. But at least now they can figure out how to break that goal down of becoming debt-free with actual numbers and showing themselves, okay, what could I do to pay $300? What can I cut out of my life to have an extra $305 to pay towards my loans? Does that mean that they have to make $305 on Beachbody, or are they going to cut down on something like cable plus make $150 with Beachbody to get to that goal? You understand what I'm saying with these broken down goals to where they're actually achievable? You can see how you're going to get there. The other one said personal development. I'm going to do more personal development. Okay, well, what does that mean? Because does that mean you're going to read 1 book in the year? Because that's more than most people. Most people after college, actually only, I think it was 3% set goals, and only 30% ever read another book outside of college. So if you read 1, you're doing better than most people. But what is your specific goal? So one that I put on here is 12 personal development books in 12 months. So 1 book a month. If you were to divide that, let's say each book average about 10 chapters, then every week you'd have to be reading about 2.5 chapters to get to that goal of reading 12 books in a year. And so you might want to take it a step further and write down, what are the books that I want to read? Do I want to write them all down and cross them off as I go? For me personally, anytime I can make a list and cross, I am all about it. So that's what I would suggest you do. 2-Star Diamond by Summit. Okay, so before it said just 2-Star Diamond. You got to set a goal. So is it by Summit? That's 7 months into the year. Once you have that, I want you to understand that when you're setting these rank goals, a lot of you guys don't even know what that means. I saw somebody asking something about money below here, but I wasn't able to look at it and actually read it. I will tell you, there are people that are 2-Star Diamond that make $200 a week, and there are people that are 2-Star Diamond that make $3,000, $4,000 a week. There's a very, very, very large variance in Star Diamond rankings and their incomes. It's based on their team's progression, their team's success. They might have a diamond, they might have 2 diamonds, but one might be their spouse and one might be their mom. Or It could be that they have a discount coach diamond, or they have, whatever. It could mean that they have 2 rock stars and they're just crushing it in team volume and their income's out the roof. So when you set a goal for rank, I want you to think about, in your mind, what does that mean to you? Like, what does that really look like? And most of the time it breaks down to money. And so with this person, they needed to average $600 a week. So they want to be 2-star diamond by Summit. They need to average about $600 a week. And they are putting that their diamonds are going to be Jamie, Krista, and they have an extra one that they're hoping for, that where they're not banking on just 2 people, and Shannon. And so they kind of have an idea of income-wise where they need to be to hit that $600 and to be 2-star diamond by Summit. Lastly, I put in there, there was a grow team one, grow my team. Be specific. Does that mean personally sponsored coaches you're adding in? Does that mean that you are, is your team bringing on as many coaches? So I put average 4 new coaches a month and become a Success Club All-Star. Because to get to that income, because this also links to that $600 a week, it's been said ahead of time by many a top coach that those who are Success Club All-Stars, which means you have Success Club 12 months in a row, they earn way more than those who do not hit Success Club consistently. It's the reason why you're going to hear me and your sponsor preach all the time, hit Success Club, hit Success Club. It's not because of anything other than the fact that that is the best milestone that I can say you can judge that your business is moving forward every single month. We're getting to the end. All right, so here's the money part. Dream big. As I said, this first screenshot is 6 months in as a coach, and I was working my little booty off, and I was hitting Success Club every single month. But still doing all that, I was only making $247 a week 6 months in. And that was December 2010. 3 months later, at the end of March 2011, 9 months as a coach, I was up to $790 in a week. And that was a 220% growth within those 3 months because of the resolution effect. Now, 18 months, a year later, 18 months into the business, December 2011, I had worked my way up to $1,256 a week. And 3 months later, at 21 months in the business, March 2012, I was at $3,471 a week. Again, 176% raise. And then I didn't think it would actually happen the final month, or the third year, but it did. And our income went from $4,557 a week to $13,646 a week. That's a 200% growth rate in those months. And that's not just a one-time thing. That is consistent over 3 years. That doesn't go back down after I reached that level. It continued to grow after that. And so I want you to understand that no matter where you're at right now, and I see a lot of you guys posting that you're at Success Club 0, that doesn't matter. Because if you start to focus and you use that calendar to make sure that people buy by the 29th, you're gonna be a shoo-in for Success Club, and you're gonna make sure that you're staying focused the rest of this year to adding value to people's lives, to creating solutions, showing people you do have the solutions. The best way to show them is to be a part of the product and live it, because that's what people are gonna believe. They don't believe the hype, they believe results, and you've gotta be the result. And for those of you who do, you're gonna have incredible growth opportunities. For those of you who do not, you might have a few extra sales in January and you'll wish you had pushed more. That's all I can say. I wish I could dive in deep and open up the world to show you your future if you did or you didn't. But the best way I can do that is to show you this screenshot and show you what is possible. And that is an amazing opportunity to bless a lot of lives. One thing I will say about the Income with Beachbody is that it has not only allowed our family to have freedom and allowed us to help other people have that, but it allows us to give back, and we can use that money to bigger missions and bigger callings in our life. You may never have thought that like health and fitness was your thing. I definitely was not someone who thought health and fitness was my thing. That's not a personal passion of mine, but it's my vehicle. It's the vehicle God's given me to do all other things that I'm called to do. And so you may have another passion in your life that you want to do one day, and this could be the vehicle to help you to achieve it. gives you freedom with your time. Like, no one calls me tomorrow and says, Lindsay, it's 8 a.m. Why aren't you at work? I get to choose when I wake up. I get to choose tonight when I go to bed. I get to choose to be on a team call. If I want to have a glass of wine, I can. I can hang out with the people I want to. I can go spend time at my daughter's school and be present in everything that she does. The freedom that this has allowed me is what the real blessing is, because I get to go and give back to others and make a huge impact and not have to worry about the struggle of the financial ties that used to control every aspect of my life. So please don't overlook the opportunity in front of you, and don't overthink and think, well, it's not possible for me. Lindsay Stay posted an amazing post about her income today and her journey with Beachbody, having 4 DUIs before this. It's not the people that are the most well-connected. It's not the people that are most beautiful. It's not the people that are the most savvy or talented that are most successful in this business. It is the people who are the most broken, who are the most relatable, who are the hardest working, who are the most compassionate, that are at the top. And I can say that 100% fact, because I have gotten to go on trips with them. I've got to meet them in person, and you could not pick, even be on this team, more amazing people to be the leaders of this business. So I cannot wait to see which of you rise up and live that calling in your life and are on this call and as a future speaker. And we get to show your progression a year from now. Set so many amazing goals. Your call to action is to commit to hitting Success Club in December, and then go and create a vision board. Do yourself a favor. Don't brush it off or procrastinate and say, oh yeah, I'll do that a couple weeks from now when the holidays are over. No, seriously, go do it. Like, start to dream tonight with your husband or your wife and think about, or whoever, by yourself, doesn't matter. And think about where you want to be a year from now when we sit on this call and say, I did it. Like, I did it. And we can celebrate and laugh and cry together as you do incredible things. So I appreciate you guys being on. Thank you so much. And we will see you again next week. Bye, guys.